Hello, this is another reading from A Book of Magic Animals by Ruth Manning-Sanders. This is the 10th story in the book, and it is called Bull's Winter House. Once upon a time, Bull, Ram, Pig, Cat and Cock went on their travels together. They came into a forest, and there they spent the summer very happily. They found plenty of food. Bull and Ram made grass, Cat caught mice, Cock picked up insects and plant seeds, Pig ate up anything and everything. Then came autumn. The wind blew and the rain fell. Bull said to Ram, "Brother Ram, after autumn comes winter, and with winter comes snow and ice. It will be very cold, cold enough to freeze us. Come, let us build an house together." But Ram said, "I shan't freeze. I have a thick woolly coat. I shall run about and jump about and keep warm. Why should I help you to build a house?" So Bull went to Pig. "Brother Pig, winter is coming with snow and ice. Let us build an ass together lest we freeze." But Pig said, "No, I'm not going to build an ass. I shall dig a deep hole in the ground. When the snow comes, I shall hide away in my hole and wait for summer." So Bull went to Cock. "Brother Cock, let us build an ass to live in when winter comes." But Cock said, "Well, what do I want with a house? When winter comes, I shall perch in a holly tree. The berries will feed me, the leaves will shelter me. Oh, I shall be snug enough." So Bull went to Cat. "Brother Cat, winter is coming. Let us build an ass together, lest we freeze." But Cat said, "Bother your house. I know how to keep warm. I shall curl up under Cock's holly tree and wrap my tail around my nose." No, not one of them would help Bull to build a house. So he had to build it all by himself. He chose a dry place, he got logs, he built up walls, he made a roof, he stuffed the chinks between the logs with moss. He went to town and bought a stove and a lot of food. He gathered up a great pile of firewood. He worked hard. When winter came, the house was finished. Bull went into the house, shut the door, and made a roaring fire in the stove. Outside, the wind was wailing. The snow was falling and all the trees were white. But Bull sat by his fire. He was warm and cosy. In the forest, Ram was running here, running there, shaking the snow off his woolly coat. But as fast as he shook snow off his coat, so more snow fell on it. The snow was in his eyes, in his nose, in his mouth. His horns were white with it. His woolly coat couldn't keep him warm. He ran to Bull's house and banged on the door. Bull, let me in before I freeze to death." Bull opened the door just a crack. Phew! In rushed the wind, in whirled the snow. "Brother Wham! What's this? You said you were going to run about and keep warm in your woolly coat. No, I won't let you into my house, because you wouldn't help me build it." "Then I shall die on your doorstep." "Oh, well, come in." Bull flung the door wide. Ram ran in and lay down by the fire. Bull slammed the door and the wind went on its way, whirling the clouds of falling snow up and down and round and round. Pig had dug a hole in the ground and crept into it. But the snow was blocking up the mouth of the hole. Pig was shoveling the snow away with his snout, but as he shovelled one heap away, another heap piled up. Pig was gasping and wheezing. I shall be suffocated in here very soon, he thought, and he struggled out of the hole and ran squealing to Bull's house. Bull, let me in before I die. Bull opened the door just a crack. What, brother Pig? I thought you wanted to spend the winter lying in an hole. No, I won't let you into my house because you wouldn't help me build it. Then I must lie down and die on your doorstep. Oh, well, come in quickly. Bull opened the door wider. Pig staggered in and lay down in front of the fire beside Ram. Bull slammed the door and brushed the snow off Pig's bristly back. My floor will be in a puddle soon, said Bull. Cock sat perched in a holly tree. The outside branches of the tree were heavy with snow, and the wind tossed them up and down, this way and that. Icicles hung from the inside branches and tinkled as the wind blew. An icicle hung from each of Cock's yellow feet. His feet were numb. He couldn't hold on to the frozen branch. He tumbled head over heels out of the holly tree, pecked the icicles off his feet, and ran to Bull's house. Bull, let me in. Oh, go away, brother Cock. Why aren't you sitting safe and snug in your holly tree? It wasn't safe. It wasn't snug. Well, you wouldn't help me build my house, so why should I let you in? Well, if you don't let me in, I shall die here on your doorstep. Oh, well, come in. Bull opened the door a crack. Cock rushed in and lay down in front of the fire beside Ram and Pig. Cat was crouched under Cock's holly tree. He had his tail wrapped over his nose, but he couldn't keep warm. The ground was frozen hard, and the wind-blown snow was driving in under the tree. Soon Cat would be buried in it. He gave a leap, scattered the snow, and ran meowing to Bull's house. Bull! Open the door! Let me in! What, brother Cat? Is that you? Go and keep warm with your tail over your nose. You who wouldn't help me build my house. No, I won't open the door. Then I shall die on your doorstep. Oh, well, come in. Bull opened the door. Cat leaped inside. Bull slammed the door. Cat clambered onto the top of the stove and lay there shivering. Bull piled wood onto the fire. He was really kind. He had a barrel of ale in his house and plenty of food. He handed round the food. Meat for Cat, nuts and potatoes for Pig, corn for Cock, hay and bread for Ram and himself. Ale for everybody. They ate and they drank and they were warm and happy. Night came. Bull damped down the fire. They settled themselves to sleep. Cat on the stove, Pig on the hearth, Ram in one corner, Bull in another corner, Cock on a beam. Out in the forest, deep in the snow, 7 hungry wolves were running and howling. They saw a tiny red flicker of light among the trees. What could it be? They came bounding a little house. Perhaps something to eat in the house. But then, perhaps, danger. They prowl around the house in the dark, sniffing and licking their lips. Shall we venture in or shall we not? Well, let one of us go in and see how the land lies. Yes, but which one? Gritty Grey is the youngest of us, the swiftest on his feet. Let him go in. Gritty Grey doesn't much like the idea, but it is 6-1. He must do as he's told. They hustle him to the door. He opens it and creeps in. What happens? Bull leaps up, catches Gritty Grey on his horns and tosses him across to Ram. Ram leaps up, catches him on his horns and tosses him back to Bull. Cat leaps down from the stove and claws his face. Pig leaps up and catches him by the tail. Cock runs along the beam, cackling and crowing. Chuck him up here! I'll tear him in two! Bull catches him on his horns again and tosses him against the door. The door flies open, Gritty Grey rushes out, he gallops away over the snow among the trees, and the 6 other wolves go galloping after him. By and by, they all sit down, panting. What happened, Gritty? What happened? Oh, terrible, terrible things, cried Gritty Grey. Scarcely had I got inside the door when a man with a pitchfork tossed me against the wall, where there was another man with a pitchfork who tossed me in front of the stove. An old woman sat sewing. At least I think it was an old woman, but I couldn't really see. But whoever it was thrust pins and needles into my face and nearly scratched out my eyes. And then the devil himself came stamping across the floor and caught me by the tail, and all the time a little imp sat up on a beam shrieking, "Chuck him up here and I'll tear him in two!" And then the first man with the pitchfork gave me another toss to fling me up to the imp, but I fell against the door and the door flew open and that saved my life. But it was touch and go, panted Gritty Grey. And catch me ever going near that house again. No. Catch any of us going near it, cried the other 6 wolves. And they scuttled away farther into the forest, kicking up the snow with their rushing feet. So, after that, Bull and Ram and Pig and Cock and Cat spent a peaceful winter keeping warm in Bull's house and gobbling up all Bull's store of food. He was a good-natured old fellow, was Bull. Thank you.